Hey guys, what's up? It's Crumb here, and welcome to your Shiloh Village quest guide for the 2007 servers. For this quest, you're going to need 2 to 4 gold bars. It is highly recommended to have at least 4 gold bars because you might need them, but you can get away with 2 if you're a little lucky. You're going to need a hammer, a piece of charcoal, you're going to need a rope, you're going to need at least 1 lockpick, although it is going to be advisable to bring 2 to 3. I will be bringing 3. You're going to need a pickaxe, of course, and you're going to need a rune or dragon hatchet. So keep that in mind. You're going to need to have at least 1 unpowered orb, although it is advisable to have 3. Of course, some of these items I don't have in my inventory because there's a long list, and we'll be getting them later on through the quest. You're going to need a vial of water. You're going to need two different weeds that we got from one of the quests that is a prerequisite to this one. I will be showing you where to get them in a second, but it's an Ardrigal weed and a snake weed. You're going to need a cut sapphire, emerald, ruby, diamond, opal, jade, and red topaz. You're also going to need to have 1 soul rune, 1 mind rune, 1 earth rune, and 2 law runes. You're also going to need to have any charge orb spell runes. You need to have at least 1 minimum, and this is where that charged orb comes in. I would recommend to have at least 2 to 3. Once again, those are in my bank. You're also we'll be getting charcoal and papyrus during the quest. Well, not the charcoal, so make sure you bring charcoal. My bad. And that's that, guys. Make sure, though, because this is a long list, and I'm not sure if I forgot anything. I'm pretty sure I covered it all, but make sure to check the description of this video because it has the full list there, and compare the list that you've got with that list to make sure that you do have all the items. Okay, so to get the 2 weeds, first we need to come up to this little spot that is on Crumb. You can get here any way you want, and once you're here, all you need to do is search the palm tree, and you're going to get the first one, Ardrigal. And then to get the second one, it's also on Crumb. It's just down here, underneath or south of Taibon 1A, and it's right here on this spot. So I'll skip and I'll be back. Okay, so once you are here for the second herb, all you need to do is search the marshy jungle vine, and you should get one. And ta-da, Grimmy Snakeweed, go ahead and clean that bad boy up. Awesome. So now to start this quest, you need to head over, it is just northeast of East Drone. It's called the Legends Guild. And you start the quest in this little house right here. So go ahead and get yourself over there however you see fit. I will be back. Okay, so to get in here, we need to go ahead and just try to open the door. And say, how do I get in here? Or say, can I speak to somebody in charge? And say, can I go on a quest? Say, yes, I'd like to talk to Grand Vizier Urker. However you pronounce that. And the guard will unlock the gate and let you in. Now we need to run up north here and head to the first house on the west and go inside. It is possible for him to be roaming outside if someone let him out. Go ahead and talk to him and say, yes, actually what's involved. And then say, yeah, that sounds great. And he's going to give you a scroll. Come over to this table here and take some papyrus. And read the notes. Go ahead and read the mission briefing. Don't worry about the second one just yet. So go ahead and just keep on taking this papyrus until you have 4 pieces in your inventory. Also, while you wait for them to respawn, open up this cupboard here and go ahead and search it. You should find a machete. We're going to need that. I'll be back once I have, well, go ahead and thieve all of this right here until you have 4 pieces for yourself. And then you need to go ahead and head over to Crumb, and you need to make yourself to right about here on the map so we can get through the jungle and go to the Khazar-e jungle. Okay, so just get right there, and I'll be back. Once you see a jungle forester on your journey to getting here, go ahead and talk to them and ask, how do you get into the Khazar-e jungle? And say, well, in fact, that you plan to map the area yourself. Ask if she has any tips about the Khazar-e jungle. It's going to say not really. Make sure you have an inventory spot free. I think you might get an item. Go ahead and ask about the natives of the jungle now. Ask if you can have the item, please. I think she might actually tell you no. Ask if she'll trade something for it. Yeah, she won't. Just run through this top option one more time to be safe. Okay, we need to ask all these questions here after you tell her that you're like how to get into the jungle, or that you're how to get into the jungle. We need to ask her all of these questions. So make sure you do that. So just say, how do I get into the jungle? And have you seen any natives in the jungle? How do I get into the jungle? And just say, okay, thanks. So that should be good now on the legends part of that. So now we're just going to keep on running east up here all the way up to the top, because it is the less dense part of the jungle, so it's going to be the easiest to get through. So right all the way up here to the very eastern point of it. Then to get through, we're going to need to start chopping down some jungle trees. I'm just going to reposition my map here. Okay, so that's how you do it. You need to stand right directly in front of this tree right here on the square that is north from it, and then chop it down. If you're on any other square like I tried before, it won't automatically push you over it. So just keep that in mind so you're not dumb like me and spend like 8 minutes on that part. So once you get through, very simple. All you need to do is run over to these dark spots. There's going to be a whole load. I'll show you them. And read the notes on them and say start mapping the jungle. Ta-da. Okay, so now we need to head over west, pretty much straight to the next point. We don't need to do all. If you look on the map, there's a whole whack of these points, but you don't need to do them all. Not 100% sure if it'll even let us do this point, but we'll give it a go. Let's just go ahead and stand in this area and go ahead and click boop, read, start making the map. Alright, yeah, we've already completed this part, so go ahead and run way over here west, a little bit south too, of course. We need to go to the most southern point, basically, or the most western point of the map, and map it there. Might get attacked by some jungle wolves here. If that's the case, just go ahead and get rid of them. And they have a ton of HP actually, so it's I don't know, this could be a good training spot if there's a whole load around, but there's not. Anyways, so go ahead and read your notes here. And okay, so I don't know if that made that. What happened there? Okay, there we go. So make sure it does actually make it there, and it uses a piece of papyrus. Now we need to head to the most eastern point of this area by this tree. So go ahead and get over there. Okay, so we are finally here. Just go ahead and read the notes here once again and start making the map. Boop. I guess you need to do it twice to be able to do it. But well done, you've mapped the entire map. Now we need to head back to that jungle person that we talked to. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to go back up here, and we're going to need to talk to her. Okay, so just go ahead and get back to the jungle now. So chop down this bush here, make sure you are standing directly south from it. Run up to this jungle tree, and go ahead and chop that one down. Make sure once again you are directly south from it, and this tree here. And this should get you out. Now we'll go ahead and talk to the jungle forester here and ask her, have you seen any natives in the jungle? Once again, ask if you can have the item please, and ask if she'll trade something for it. Now use your notes on her and say yes, go ahead and make a copy, and she will give you a bone roarer. Go ahead and drop that and use the notes on her again. And say yes, go ahead and make a copy. And ta-da, there we go. You're going to want to go ahead and bank one of these. You can do this in the Shiloh Village area here. It's the quickest way. So go ahead and get in there. Although I don't seem to know how to get my way in. And once you have this banked, just go back and make your way through the forest. Okay, so once you're out here, we're going to need to swing this bowl or roller around until we attract one of the natives. Keep in mind you can attract some hostile NPCs, so keep that in mind. But eventually we'll get this Gorju guy here, and that's what we need. Say you're hoping to attract the attention of a native, and then say I want to develop a friendly relationship with your people. Say, can you get your people together? Ask what you can do instead. And say, how do we make a totem pole? Say you will release the Orgadoodaloo. Okay. Now we need to head over right here. You'll see there's a little bit of actually like a rock thing at that area. But that's where we need to be. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, so anyways, right there's a little bit of rock thing. Okay, so once you're here, just go ahead and search the rocks. They'll be the only ones that look like an ore around here, and say yes, crawl in through them, you're athletic. And once you're in here, go ahead and run southeast until you come to the big firewall. Once you're at this little firewall, go ahead and investigate it. And you'll start talking to this guy. Ask him, how do you extinguish the flames? Say, where do I get pure water from? And he's going to go a little crazy. So we need to go ahead and run upstairs now, I believe. Let's take a look at the quest log. Okay, so let's run upstairs now, walk through the cave entrance, and we need to swing around the bull roarer again until he comes out, and here he is. And say, I need some pure water to douse some magic flames. Ask him, where's the pool of sacred water? Say, what kind of vessel? Ask how to bless the vessel. And say, well, let's ask what type of vessel again. And let's just say, okay, thanks for your help. So he's going to give you this sketch. Go ahead and look at that. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and make our way up to the anvil and Taiwan Bonai. That's probably the quickest way to do this because we're going to do a little bit of smithing. I will meet you there. Okay, so once here, all you need to do is use your gold bar on the anvil and you're going to make a golden bowl. So now that once that's done, I'm going to head back to the Shiloh Village Bank. There's some things that we need to get out. Just watch a little bit ahead and I'll tell you what they are. Okay, so once you're back at your bank, you can put away the charcoal, the hammer, the sketch. You also need to get out a lockpick. I'm going to bring 2. You're also going to need a pickaxe, so get one of them out if you don't already. And we're also going to be doing a little bit of fighting here, so some prayer potions might be useful. Also, food, of course. Do I have sharks? I do. I'm going to bring some sharks. Also, you can put away your papyrus. You don't need that anymore. And you can put away your 2 weeds. Right now, we'll be getting them out later. So make sure that your inventory does look like mine. Make sure that you have everything that I have in here. Otherwise, you're probably going to run into some troubles and be a bit of a salty camper. Now we need to head back down to the Kasara jungle and this little area right here that has like the trapdoor thing on it. So go ahead and get down there. Okay, so now that you're here, go ahead and make sure that you have 1 inventory spot free, and then look at the tall reeds. I think that we need to use our machete on them, so let's go ahead and get another inventory space here. So go ahead and use your machete on it and you will get a hollow reed. Then go ahead and use the hollow reed here on the water pool, and you're going to get a golden bowl of water. Now go ahead and swing around your bull roar here, and Guja will come and tell him yes that you'd like to bless the bowl, but actually before you do that, make sure that your prayer points are at 42 at least. So yes, you would like him to bless the bowl, and he's going to do a little weird tribal thing here to bless it, which looks kind of funny. And you're surrounded by totally peace as you bring down the blessing of your golden bowl. The bowl is blessed. Alright, so I got that first try, but that may take you more than 1 try, and if so, you're going to need to drink your prayer potions, I'm pretty sure. Not 100% sure on that one. So anyways, just pick the first option there, and then say, what kind of unknown force? And say, how did they summon the spirits? And say he looks a little strange, and say he mumbled something about pure water, and ask strange why, and say okay, thanks, goodbye. So that let's check our quest log to make sure we're good here. I have some sacred water. The tribal guy mentioned that it may help me get closer to him. I need to get some yummy tree seeds from Ungaluga. Alright, now just go ahead and get yourself back to the cave, which is right over here. Alright, so go ahead and once you're here, just search the rocks again to get down in. And yes, crawl through. Head southeast again until you get to the little bit of a firewall here. And use your blessed water in the golden bowl on the fire to get through. Now make sure you have an inventory spot free, and go ahead and search the desk here. You're going to find a book, go ahead and try to read it. Now go ahead and try to talk to him, and he's gonna attack you a little bit, hurt you a little bit there. So go ahead and take that, don't retaliate, and just run back over to this wire here. He's going to tell you to run away, make sure you get that chat pop up, and use the golden bowl once again on the fire to get through. Now come over here to this bookcase, which is north, or well, basically just run northeast in the room until you hit it, and say yes, please squeeze through. If you do fail getting through this, go ahead and try again until you succeed. Looks like I got stuck. So go ahead and keep doing this until you get through. And then once you get through, run southeast here until you hit this first little door. You're going to need to pick a lock it, and it is possible to break the pick, so pray that that doesn't happen to you. And let's see, feel the pin, click, and I got through, easy as pie. So happy about that. Now go ahead and smash the boulders here until you get through them all. It's going to take a little while. And now you come to this final wall here. Go ahead and open the ancient gate. And if you fail this, you will lose some strength levels. They're going to be deducted a little bit. Yeah, mine were anyways. Anyways, run south here, following the path until you hit this wall. There will be some bats in there, so be mindful of that. And once you're at this wall, all you need to do is jump over it, just like so. Okay, so now we need to run up here till this little door entrance here, which is just on the west side. Go ahead and search this and say yes, read it. It's going to say some stuff. So now we need to use our soul rune on it. So go ahead and do that. And then use your mind rune on it. And then your earth rune on it. And then your 2 law runes on it. And say yes, I'll go through. Now there's going to be these little caved rocks on here. We need to use our cut gems on them. I don't know the order for these, but just go ahead and try them all on them until you get it right. Okay, so there we go. The first one there is done, and go ahead and run around until you place all of the gems on these things. I will skip ahead. Okay, so this should be the last one here, and we're gonna see a little bit of a cutscene, and then these white things that well, look kind of funny come out, and then eventually a book will appear here. Go ahead and take the binding book and read the whole thing. Now, if you guys want, you can make holy vials by using vials of holy water on this thing and then clicking on, like, it's part of this book that you can click on, maybe it's right click, enchant vials to do that, and they can be used as a ranged weapon, and they will drain prayer and magic. I'm not going to be doing that, but you could do that if you want to. And these holy vials will basically just make the fight a little bit easier, but this first demon is pretty easy, so I won't be doing that. Now, anyways, once you're ready, once you have your gear ready to go to fight with, you have some food and preferably some prayer potions, though you might be able to get away without them, head back to the first of the cave, and we'll be using the book on him to fight him. I'll be back when I'm there. So when you're back here, just go ahead and use your golden bowl on this here. Keep in mind that this boss we're fighting is a black demon. He drains your prayer very quickly, and when you do kill him, he will deal damage to you, much like the retribution prayer. So when you are ready, go ahead and use the vial on him here. And he's going to appear, protect from melee. You probably can safe spot him with range around that area. I'm not 100% sure on that though, but might be something to test out. Yeah, as you can see, he's already draining my prayer crazy. So yeah, I will be back when I have killed this guy. And he's almost dead here, just a couple more hits, and that's it. And you'll see I take some damage here if he dies. Boop, and there's the damage. And now once we've done that, oops, it took out my weapon, not prayer. We need to talk to Ungalungu, however you pronounce his name, and say that you need to collect some seeds. And he's going to say, ah, yes, of course, here's your seeds. And ask him how to grow that tree, and he should tell you. And ask him, what do you know about pure water? And say, what will you do now? And say, okay, thanks. Okay, now we need to run back to that holy well of water that we went to earlier, that we used the reed on to get this bowl, so I will be back when I get there. So once you're back here, go ahead and swing the bowl roar around until he shows up. And go ahead and talk to him. And say that he is free. And then say that you have the tree seeds. Ask him what to do now, and say, okay, thanks for your help. Now use your seeds on your bowl, and they will become germinated. Now we need to use our machete again on the taller reeds, and use your hollow reed on this, and it's going to become a pollutant. So now we need to swing the Opal roar again and get him to come back. Okay, and then say the pool is dried up. I need some more water, and say where is the source of the spring? And then say I've searched the catacombs thoroughly but found nothing else. And then say, if I went, could you help me? And then ask, will I need, or sorry, where can I find the Ardrigal? It'll tell you. Say, where can I find the snakeweed? Say, where is the source of the pure water? Basically, we need to run through all of these options. Say, search the catacomb thoroughly again. Ask him if you went, if you could help me. Ask him if you'll need the potion. And say, okay, thanks for your help. So now we need to go gear up. I'll meet you back at the bank in Shiloh Village. Okay, so what you need to do is drop anything in your inventory like logs or rocks that you've gotten from getting back, or you got some rocks when you went in that tunnel. Go ahead and drop them. Now you need to go ahead and go into your bank here and get out the snakeweed and the Ardrigal weed that we got earlier on at the very start of this quest, and use your empty vial of water on these, and this will make a snake mix weed mixture. Use your Ardrigal on it, and this will make a bravery potion. Careful not to drink it yet. We no longer need this binding book here. Pretty sure we can just drop that. I'll put it in my bank though. So yeah, go ahead and put that away. Make sure that you get your uncharged orb spells out of your bank here, so that you can cast them. You're also going to need a uncharged orb, so go ahead and get them out. I'm gonna get 3 of these to be safe. I really don't want to come back. Also, go ahead and get some lockpicks if you ran out last time. Make sure that you have a rope and a pickaxe in your inventory. So let me go ahead and get a rope out, and that will be good. Now we need to make our way back down to that dungeon, down to the very last room that we made it to in there, and once again that is located right here. I will be back when I get. Okay, so once you're at the door in this room here, go ahead and try to open it. It's gonna say some stuff, then say search and say yes, I'll read it. It says it's like sort of a riddle. Say search further. And now you're going to cast any of your orb spells on it, and that will let you through. Now you should be able, it should suck you in, I guess, just like that. And now you're going to be in this room with some weird barrels and this winch. Go ahead and search the winch. See nothing special about it. Perhaps a rope might do some stuff. So use your rope on the winch here and try to climb down. Say yes, I'll string me down the rope if possible. And basically, you're not brave enough. So drink your bravery potion. Yes, I'll drink it. And then climb down it. Yep, shimmy down. And lag. Okay, my internet DC'd, but it put me down here anyways. Go ahead and try to take the blue hat. The wizard's going to pop up. Just run through the chat options here, and you should go back down, climb over this rocky ledge, and say yes. You can think of nothing better to do, and keep on running down until you hit the end of this place. It's going to be a bit of a walk, I'm pretty sure. So once you're down here, you're going to want to kill each 3 of these things that are down here. So go ahead and get that out of the way. I'm going to prayer flick, and they're going to drop some stones. You're going to want to go ahead and pick them up. And that's the first one. You're gonna get a crystal from that. Make sure that you do have 3 inventory spots free. Go ahead and attack the second one down here. I think I may have beaten this guy already. We'll see. Should be 3 different guys down here that you need to kill. I'll keep recording actually. Okay, yeah, so there's 3 different guys down here. Make sure that you are killing the different ones. Have I killed him yet? Okay, kill this guy now. IVV guy here down here. I pronounced that. God only knows. And you're going to get another one of these little chunks of crystal. And now we need to kill the last guy here. So find the last guy that you haven't killed yet. I've already killed him. Killed him. See if I cannot find this guy here. Okay, here he is. I ran Avduri. Go ahead and kill him. And we'll get the last and final piece of crystal. Now we need to run back over. It should be a little bit west here, northwest. There should be a furnace or something of the likes around here. Okay, my bad. We actually need to run northeast here to the farthest northeast point. We're gonna find a bit of a lava furnace over here. Go down to it, and we're going to be using all 3 pieces of the crystal on it. Just like so, we're gonna get a crystal heart. We need to run to the center of the room now. It's going to be in like right here, this little mossy rock. Go ahead and use your crystal heart on the mossy rock. That's going to like bless it or something. And now we need to run down south all the way until we hit this little wall area here. You need to rotate the camera view. And we're going to, you'll see a little heart imprint here. Go ahead and use the heart on the recess is what it's called. And then you can walk through the shimmering field. Go ahead and walk through and run west all the way and run south a little bit until you get down to a boulder. Once you're at this boulder, go ahead and push it, and a little spirit's going to pop up and say, me, and say, yes, I need it for my quest, and ask why he's tortured, and say, what can I do about that? And say, I'll do what I must to get the water. And the spirit is going to, and say, okay, I'll do that. And the spirit's going to give you a dark dagger. And okay, if you do want to keep one of these after the quest because they do look kind of cool, just go ahead and push this boulder again. And talk to him and run through the dialogue options. And then just take the dagger on the ground. Now we need to run back up to that hat that we seen earlier and that we tried to like take. So go ahead and try to take the blue hat. He's going to yell at you again. You're going to be using the... Okay, sorry, pick it up, and while he's still here, use the dagger on him. You thrust the dagger into him, boop, boop, boop. And you're going to get a glowing dagger. Okay, so now we need to run down and go into where that boulder is again and push it. I will be back when I get there. So once you're back here, go ahead and make sure that you have the dagger unequipped and push the boulder. And the spirit will appear again. Go ahead and use your glowing dagger on him. And this big boss is going to appear. Might want to do a little bit of protection prayer here. He's going to drain it quick like the previous bosses. Go ahead and kill him really quick. I will begin recording when I have done. Okay, so he's almost dead. I believe this guy might do that little thing where he takes away some of your health, so keep in mind for that. No, he doesn't, so that's good. Now we just need to go ahead and make sure that we do push away all 3 of these boulders. So keep trying until you get the right angle, and this should free up the water source. Okay, there we go. That's the first boulder. Then run just a little bit northwest here to the next boulder. And keep trying until you're able to push it away. And then the third and final boulder is over here. And ta-da, there we go, it trolled away. So that's good. Now we need to head back to that little well that we were at prior. I don't know if that's fine if these roll back. I'm going to try, but anyways, go ahead and run back to the little spring that we were at later that dried up. And yeah, I will be back recording when I'm there. Okay, so now when you're back at this well here, go ahead and just get another bowl of water basically. Now that it's all filled up. You're probably going to have some rocks in your inventory again. So go ahead and drop them. Turns out my mouse keys aren't on the right one. And now swing around your bull roar until what's his name shows up. Here he is. Go ahead and tell him that you found the source of the spring to get the water. And ask him how to make a totem pole. And say, okay, thanks. Now run up here a little bit northwest. You'll see a patch of fertile soil. Use your seeds on them. Go ahead and use your seeds on them again. Okay, go ahead and use your seeds on it again. Then use your golden bowl on the fertile soil. What happened there? Hold on a minute. Okay, so I finally got it the third try, but it's going to turn into a sapling. Then use your golden bowl on this, and that should make it grow a little faster. And ta-da, it is done growing. So now we're going to go ahead and use our hatchet on the tree. And we're going to cut it down. Then use your hatchet on the tree again. Drop down a little more and use your hatchet on the tree a third time. And this should turn it into a totem pole. Go ahead and lift that up. Okay, now we need to run east until we hit a totem pole here. It's just east from the spring. Keep in mind you're going to be doing a little bit of fighting here. So if you need to get geared up, go do that now. Go ahead and use your totem on this totem pole. And he's going to appear. Maybe protect from melee. We're going to need to kill him. Actually, chance and he releases 3 like soldiers. And then we'll be able to kill him. So go ahead and kill all 3 of his soldiers. I will begin recording when I've done that. So I just defeated the demon. And once he has been defeated, you kill his 3 workers and then him. Just go ahead and use it on the totem pole again. And the Gunjo will appear. And he's going to give you a golden totem. Okay, so once you have the golden totem, I don't think you can use it on this. Let's go ahead. I think actually... Okay, yeah, so anyways, once you've done that, now we need to head back down to the Legends Guild to finish up this quest. Yep, so I'm going to get there and I will be back when I am there. Okay, so once you're here, now you go ahead and open this door and talk to him. And you show him the totem pole. And ta-da! Now we need to go into the Legends Guild here, and we need to talk to the guy who will be on the first floor. His name is Reminisce Erdl. I think that's the same guy as outside, actually. Say yes, you'll train now. So we can choose 4 skills. In my case, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and, well, let's see if I can train them all on the same one. If that's the case, that'd be cool, but I don't think so. Well, I need strength, and I find these all pretty easy to train. So I can train 3 more. Well, let's get a strength level then, just for the funsies. So there's 77 strength, and now 2 more. I think I'll put them on agility then in that case. And anyways, ta-da, you are now a legend. So yeah, there you go, guys. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff that you can do with that. I don't have a list for you, unfortunately, but thank you for watching, and until next time, love, peace, and chicken grease.